I've been on here. Last vid I did, I gave a shout out to the Eagles for making the playoffs. That was my last video. I haven't been on here since then, so there's a little bit to talk about here. So we clinched the playoffs week 17. With week 18 was a throwaway game against the Cowboys. The Eagles knew it. They had nothing to play for. So we threw out our practice squad guys against the Cowboys. We got blown out, but I'm not even mad about that. And yes, while we did lose to our most hated division rival, we got swept by them, blown out twice. I can't even be mad about it because the last game was a throwaway game with our practice squad guys. So I'm not even mad about that. So we did clinch the playoffs. We defied expectations. But even that I'm having mixed feelings about. Because yes, while we did overcome a 2-5 start, and we did win 9 games and manage to make the playoffs off of that, and we did so with a first-year head coach and with a new roster, well, which is all good, but when at the same time, we look at our schedule. Okay, we had 9 wins. None of our wins came against playoff teams. Okay, we had the Giants, Washington football team twice, the Saints, the Panthers, Falcons, Detroit Lions, Denver Broncos, New York Jets. So out of those 9 teams, with my 9 fingers that I'm holding up straight, out of those 9 wins right there, none of them came against playoff teams at all. None. But how did we do against playoff teams? We couldn't win a game against them. We couldn't win a game against them. We had to go up against teams like the Raiders, the Buccaneers in the regular season, which I'll get to the Buccaneers in a moment. You know, the Cowboys. Now, I know the last game was a throwaway game, but continuing on, you know, all these teams that would end up being playoff teams, you know what happened, right? Terrible. The Chiefs, we ended up losing all those games. And that includes the playoff game against the Buccaneers, which I'm about to change the background. Give me one moment. But we're going to talk about that. Now, I was not expecting this team to win the Super Bowl. I was honestly expecting us to lose to the Bucs. I really was. But I was at least hoping we wouldn't get completely embarrassed against the Bucs. We at least put up a fight, you know, show some hope that we could compete in the future, you know, something like that. But we didn't even do that. So I'm really pissed off about this game right here. Not because we lost, because I was expecting that, but the way we performed was absolutely terrible. Absolutely terrible against this Buccaneers team. I know it's off subject with the Bucs. You guys can. I hope you guys enjoy the new intro. You guys let me know what you think in the comment section about that new intro that I debuted in this video. But yeah, I just want to say that while still on my mouth. Back to the Buccaneers. We tried, and the way we played this game was atrocious from the play calling to the defense. I know it's the Bucs. I was expecting a loss, but I was at least expecting us to play better than this. At least put up a good fight, but we didn't do that. We scored 2 touchdowns in garbage time when the Bucs defense get a little bit more relaxed. So like I said, it was in garbage time. Their defense was more relaxed. So it didn't do anything to change the outcome of the game, except make the scoreboard closer and make it look, our performance look a little bit better than it really was. So, I mean, let's start with the defense. We should have gotten pressure on Tom Brady. We should have went all out. That D-line should have went all out on Tom Brady, blitz him, you know, like the Bucs did against Kansas City last year's Super Bowl. But they didn't do that at all. They didn't do that at all. And Jonathan Gannon, with this performance, he's looking to possibly become a head coach? Who's going to want to hire this fool as a head coach when he doesn't even know how to be a good defensive coordinator? And not to mention, do you want this guy being back as the Eagles defensive coordinator next year? I most certainly don't. Not with what I saw on Sunday, not with what I've been seeing from Jonathan Gannon throughout the regular season. I don't want this guy back as a defensive coordinator. So what makes you think a team's going to want him as a head coach? I mean, I don't know. Maybe somebody out there will be dumb enough to do it. I don't know, but I doubt it. But if they are, I'll come laugh my ass off at that. But what's the point being is, this guy's a terrible defensive coordinator. Who's going to want him as a head coach? And Sunday proved it. They didn't do anything to pressure Tom Brady. And no wonder why they had a field day on our defense. No wonder why he was just taking his time, throwing the ball off, getting Mike Evans, getting Rob Gronkowski, getting all his targets at the ball. Even the run game was solid. What was it? It was Keyshawn. What was his name? Last name again? I forget. Oh, I can't remember off the top of my head. You had, what's his name? Keyshawn. Well, you had Keyshawn Vaughn. I apologize for that. Keyshawn Vaughn and Giovanni Bernard, who hasn't been relevant in nearly half a decade now, about 5-6 years since he's been relevant. Him and Keyshawn Vaughn had a solid day running game, had pretty much a field day combined running the ball against us. Well, our running game, we barely ran the ball. We tried to force the ball 43 times on the opposing side. Jalen Hurts is not that QB that you can just pass with 40, 50 times a game. I know that we tried running the ball with Miles Sanders 7 times. He didn't do good with it. I know that. But come on, I know Boston Scott had that one carry for 34 yards. We could have at least tried maybe giving Boston Scott a few more carries. Now, that wasn't going to win us the game, but it would have at least been worth a shot to give some of the other backs the ball a little bit more, at least see what came out of it. At least give it a try. But we didn't do that. And even when we did use the running backs in the passing game on screenplays, we weren't doing terrible. We were actually doing decent with it. But we tried to force the pass too many times. Jonathan Gannon did not do good, didn't do anything to help. He just let Tom Brady take his time and pick the defense apart. And that's ultimately why I was just so pissed off at this loss. I mean, I had a feeling it was coming. But I was at least hoping we'd play better than this. We should have at least played better. If we would have played better and lost, I wouldn't have even been that mad up here about this. But I was, because of the way we lost. So, okay, so that's all. Now the season's over. Like I said, I have mixed feelings about the season because I'm happy we made the playoffs on one hand. Happy we overcame the 2-5 start, with a new staff, new roster for the most part. I'm happy about that. But at the same time, we look at the teams we beat. Who did we beat? That was notable. Who did we beat that was notable? Who? The best team we beat was the New Orleans Saints when they were depleted. And that's something we're going to be happy with. That's something that it's hard for me to have optimism for the future when we're going to have a tougher schedule next year. So it makes me wonder, what are they going to do now they have a tougher schedule next year, referring to the Eagles, because they're not getting last place schedule. The teams are getting their own conference. They're not going to be last place teams. So that's going to make it tougher next year. And Jonathan Gannon, I don't want this clown back as a defensive coordinator. I don't. I know a lot of Eagles fans would agree with me on that one. But anyway, speaking of Eagles fans, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. Give this video a like to push it out there for more Eagles people to enjoy. Eagles fans, other people, etc. Also, feel free to comment in the comment section. Let me know what you think of what you took away from the season, how you felt about the playoff loss. Let me know in the comment section. Also, feel free to share this video. Most of all, have a wonderful day or night. So if you're wondering how I feel about the Cowboys losing, those of you saying, hey, at least the Cowboys lost, be on the lookout for my next video. But most of all, have a wonderful day or night. Nicky Steve signing off, and I'll see you next time.